Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 3. We're almost ready to attack the Egyptians at this point. I think we're probably going to be attacking through the top here, taking out Heliopolis. Once we have enough units in this area, we'll be taking out Elephantine and moving to the south. Whatever cities we destroy over here will probably be filled in by the Russians later, so they'll get a bit bigger as a result of the war. But that's not too big of a deal. Nothing we can't handle, I'm sure. And one thing to make sure is to keep the production of immortals up throughout the course of the war, and we're also going to want to make sure that we don't go over our military limit. And as you can see, we've actually already surpassed it. So we're going to have to cut back on the military production for the time being, and focus on attacking and actually taking out their cities, since we have quite a few more units than we can actually reasonably support. Once our cities grow larger, though, that limit will start jumping up a bit. 7 is the key number. Once a city hits 7, it counts as the next group size higher. So our military support limit will go up. At this we can check the Civilopedia for our government and monarchy, and we check that every town that is every city of population 6 or less supports 2 units. Every city that is a population of 6 to 12 supports 4, and every metropolis, which is 13 or higher, supports 8. So we're going to want our cities to go up to the mid-level, and that'll increase our total number of supportable units. Anyway, I think we'll attack this turn. We have plenty of immortals hanging around, and I think we have a large enough attack force that we could move through their territory relatively unopposed. So I'm going to wake up all of our immortals in Gordon here. We have 5, which should be plenty, and we're going to send them into their territory. And if you're worried about your reputation in the game against the other computer players, you usually want to declare war before you violate their territory too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack them directly and make sure that we're at war as we enter the territory, with a precaution to take. And by attacking them, we also enter into a golden age. What a golden age does, it increases the production in all the squares of your cities, and what that does for you is it makes your civilization a lot more effective, but it only lasts a short period of time. It's triggered a number of different ways depending on your government type, but or depending on your civilization's traits, but it's always triggered, it always has a chance to be triggered whenever you successfully defeat an enemy unit with your specialty unit. For us, that's the Immortals, so when we defeated that warrior, we entered into a golden age. You don't only enter into 1 golden age per game, per civ, so this is going to be the only golden age we're ever going to see. So it's good to make the most of it. As you can see, we're making quite a lot of gold, and our research is up quite a bit. And we can actually lower our gold production, our science rate, quite a bit, and make quite a bit of gold, while still staying at 4 turns for our current tech, which is the minimum. So no loss there. And we also captured an enemy worker. When you move into squares containing scouts, workers, or settlers, you gain workers instead of killing the unit, because they can't defend themselves. If you move onto a square with artillery, the artillery piece will be captured likewise. That's true for any unit that doesn't have a defense rating or an attack rating. So that's good for us overall. And next turn we're going to be attacking. We have to make sure not to attack across a river, because that gives a bonus to the defender, so you need to be careful of that too. Not to attack across any rivers and give your opponent an undue advantage. And hopefully none of the other civs will enter into the war. That usually doesn't happen. They're not really smart enough to juggle alliances like that. I've never really seen it happen anyway. And once we get powerful enough, they won't really want to risk a war with us anyway, so we don't really need to worry about that. We're also going to need our workers to change the territory around these squares that they like to build. As you can see, they like to build irrigation on grassland, even though that's not really a good idea. So we'll need to be changing that when we take over their cities. And as you can see, we went past their turn and they didn't really do anything. So we're going to be able to continue attacking. And because we're in a golden age, we can easily support large numbers of units. So we're also going to start building libraries a lot more. Actually, Bactria's going to build a worker, since we need one around there to develop its land, I think. And we're going to keep the immortals coming out, I would say. And I think we're going to move these guys down to Elephantine and get ready to attack it. We're going to need more units than what we have to attack it, but soon enough we'll have enough, I think. Captured enemy workers aren't as productive as your own workers. Even with the industrial bonus we get, they're not going to be very good. Actually, I don't even think our industrial bonus applies to captured workers, so their workers aren't very good and are usually better spent on colonies and that sort of thing. But we don't really have need of a colony just yet, so that's not something we really need to worry about. Actually, I think we might have them build a colony on this iron in case we lose our current source. Sometimes certain resources can time out and get exhausted. It'll appear somewhere else on the map rather than just disappear completely, but that's definitely something to keep in mind. So it's good to have multiple sources of key resources. And with that, we're ready to attack Metropolis. And our first model is successful in killing Spearman, and they didn't have anything else in the city except a settler, so we captured more workers, and we're going to capture the city. So as you can see, even just one immortal was all that was needed to capture that particular city, but that isn't always the case, so it's good to come prepared for whatever might happen. And we're going to have these immortals head down to El Armana, and they're going to be attacking that next turn. This one's going to join their group. So we still have a group of 5 immortals, so they're going to rampage across the countryside fairly easily, I think. By capturing their city, we've also increased the maximum size of our military. Or at least I think we should have. And as our civilization continues to grow, that'll continue to increase. The only real benefit we'll get from capturing the Egyptians is to increase the maximum size of our military. Really, that's all that's going to happen. Heliopolis is a fairly good city, as I recall, so I think we're actually going to turn that into our secondary capital. We're going to build our Forbidden Palace there and take advantage of that. And it'll make our core cities more effective, too. Otherwise, we seem to be doing... The wars looks like it's going to be going fairly well. We haven't met any resistance just yet. Seems that Arbella built a galley. I hadn't really intended to do that, but that's what I get for not paying attention. I suppose we can set it to explore, but we're going to have Arbella build a harbor, which will make its the sea squares that it harvests more productive, which is always helpful. So we're going to press E to set him to auto-explore and find as much as he can. Our immortals are going to head down to El Amarna and attack that city. All of our immortals, that is, not just a few of them. This immortal is going to fortify there and heal up. We only have 2 immortals here. That's not enough to have stand a very good chance of taking Elephantine. I would imagine they probably have 2 units fortified there, so I'm going to be a bit more careful about that. This Immortal is going to head over. Start heading over to Alexandria, since I think these guys will be more than enough to take out El Amarna. And they're attacking us with a warrior now, which really is not going to stand much of a chance against our Immortals at all. I would think they would at least have archers by this point, but they've been expanding quite a lot, so I guess they don't have the productivity to support too much of a military. I don't think they have a source of iron either, so I don't think we're going to be seeing any swordsmen from them, which is unfortunate for them, but very fortunate for us. And we're going to build a road out here to secure that horse